This is Paul Hawksbee.
The talkSPORT Clips of the Week.
Yeah, Clips of the Week time then. And do you want to kick us off, Andy?
I do. We start with Alan Brazil on breakfast, reflecting on the USPGA.
Koepka was fantastic for 3 rounds and then held it together. A little bit of a wobble, but put that down to pressure, a bit of wind.
Can affect you, can't it?
Yeah, did well to win it, really.
Not great on the backswing, is it, really? It's very quiet. This is Jim White arguing with himself again.
And just to finish with on Leeds, and I'm looking at Twitter, 1 or 2 Leeds United fans quite rightly saying, don't worry about us, we'll be back next season. And they will. That's the Leeds United spirit. Yeah. But will they?
Yeah, well, they'll be back. Or will they? We did enjoy that clip. Or did we?
Very true.
Yeah.
Here's David Seaman, Alan Brazil and Laura Woods discussing Gareth Bale's treatment at Real Madrid.
You know, it's like when Pep went into Man City and he said about Joe Hart. You know, you're not my type of guy.
That brutal, isn't it?
No, it's brutal, but...
Yeah, but it's...
Oh, Laura, make no mistake, you're a slab of meat.
That's a bit on the nose now. Blimey. And on a similar note, here's Georgie Bingham introducing a guest on Weekend Breakfast.
Let's talk to the Moose, who was at the Valley last night. Morning, Moose.
Good morning, boys. How are you?
Goodness sake. For goodness sake. Moose.
It's Ian Holloway now.
The skill that they have, and, you know...
Could be a bit of wind, as Alan said about Brooks Koepka.
Very much.
More of Ollie later. So, back with Big Alan, with an interesting musical fact about the Roxy Music keyboard player, Brian Eno.
Do you know what? I have got a feeling, and I may be wrong, and I'll put my hands up if I'm wrong. Something tells me he could have played the sax, the solo, on Jerry Baker's Rafferty.
We all have. Who can possibly forget Jerry Baker's Rafferty?
You couldn't be more wrong. That's not the name of the song, and it wasn't him.
Also, it would be very hard. I mean, finding something to rhyme with street, but finding something to rhyme with Rafferty. No one's going to write a song called Rafferty, are they? Especially a bloke called Jerry Baker. Right, what's next then?
Fisherman's Blues now, and host Nigel Botherway wants to hear from you.
Anyone is free to call in, and as long as you pass Karen's half-sensible test, she'll put you straight through to me alive on air this morning.
Well, ideally alive, yeah.
Can't be much of a test. Hello, caller, are you alive? Yes. OK, you can come on.
Yeah, you're on line 1. Fantastic. Now, it's back to the Moose. He's at Charlton versus Doncaster.
And at the far post, Butler, with 3 minutes to go, has headed in. Oh, I hate you, Butler, is what Taylor will be saying. That's some off the buses quote from years and years ago, Danny, as you know.
Off the buses, yeah. That was the follow-up when him and Jack had left. They left.
Off the bus.
They left the buses, and it was off the buses, wasn't it? Yeah.
Great student of British comedy.
He certainly is, the Moose. Yeah. What's next then?
It's Alan Brazil on the warm-up. Not too keen on the prospect of Mike Parry butchering an FA Cup anthem.
Abide with me.
Yeah, we're off too. We're with you, yeah. He did the whole song, by the way. The whole song. Alan's I'm off.
Great timing
It was brilliant comic timing from him there. And here's Faye Carruthers discussing the England manager.
I was in that press conference. He also mentioned the waistcoat, and he was not going to go on the Gareth Southcote.
Gareth Southcote would have been a great name last. That would have been a brilliant headline
Gareth
last
Waistgate.
Yeah, brilliant. That's not quite as good, is it?
No, not really.
What's next then?
It's the first in a new series, Jim White Translates, with Leeds chairman Andrea Radrizzani. Radrizzani, sorry about that.
I can say we have chance to keep him. We see. Next few days will be decisive, and we will make an announcement. We will see next few days.
You have a chance to keep him, and the next few days are decisive.
Yes.
Yes, that's what he just said. That's what he just said. This is Ali McCoist on. It's a bit like the Cass one, isn't it, with Robin Perez? This is Ali McCoist on breakfast previewing Drive.
Good morning and welcome back to Alan Brazil Sports Breakfast here, Friday, May the 24th. Sam made a face. He made a face, obviously, when you called him made a face.
Yeah, of course.
Here's Alan Brazil again, chatting to Mido about his difficult switch from Egypt to joining Ajax in Holland.
It was really, really difficult to go. Different culture, everything is different, and I felt really homesick. I wanted to go back, but
Pommes frites with mayonnaise.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first thing, would it? You're going to move from Egypt to Holland. It's the language, it's just a whole cultural difference. Yeah. But the thing that I struggled most with was chips with mayonnaise.
Judging by me, I don't think he would have struggled with chips.
No, I don't think he struggled with the chips with mayonnaise. I think he had extra mayonnaise at one by the time he got to Spurs. And staying with Big Al, he did have an issue with a guest phone line this week.
As far as spots is concerned, they can buy it.
I tell you what, Frank, I need to talk to you, and you're breaking up. We need to get you on a better line, mate.
Yeah, so clearly there he's a bit put out, and he wants to continue chatting to Frank, doesn't he, Andy?
Yeah, and we're guessing he was equally as keen to continue the conversation in a similar situation later in the show with Rupert Bell.
It has to be supplemented. Have you lost me?
You're in and out, Rupert. You're in and out.
It has to be supplemented.
Right. Rupert, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there, you tube.
Yeah, a little bit less sympathetic than he was to Frank Warren, clearly. Yeah. And finally, it's just before 9 o'clock on the weekend sports breakfast, but we appear to be a presenter down. But don't worry, Ian Holloway can cover.
Hello, and here we go. Georgie's off into the toilet, and I have been told to cue to the news.
Yeah, just a touch too much information.
Too much information.
Georgie will thank you for that. So there we are. There's your clips of the week. And do I have the thank yous? They're being right. So broadcast news producer rushes in with the thank yous. These are all people that suggested clips that were played on the show this week. And so they were Matt Robson-Kanu. Yeah. Cameron Park, Roger Durham, The Sultan, Ruthless, Mysterio, Alan Jenkins, Duke Southern, Wardy, Dev, Steve Clutie, Dan Chilton, Mike Knowles, Matt Nash, Phil Griffith, Dave Clark, Daz Mapleston, John Hodgins, Paul McCann, Dawny Oliver, and Fordham Joshua.
That name on the school register.
So there we are, all clips that were played. Still to come this afternoon, we're going to have a chat with Steve Vaughan. He's the CEO of Gloucester Rugby. Danny Cipriani's having an amazing season, but he can't get arrested, really. Well, in football terms, in rugby terms, anyway.